observe my rights, then at least I am never going to be held accountable for falling short of what it is that I am doing for others. I'm not saying that my rights are not important. I'm saying we need to have a better approach. Our mentality shouldn't always be that we are demanding and demanding, but our mentality should be that we are facilitating and accommodating. Because Islam is all about being selfless and not selfish. Risalatul Huquq, that's what it's called, the treatise of rights, where there are 51 rights that Imam Al Sajjad alayhi salam has mentioned. One is better than the other. Rights of your limbs, rights of your eyes, rights of your feet, rights of your neighbor, rights of your parent, rights of your sibling, rights of your master, rights of your slave, rights of your lord, rights of your child, rights of your spouse, rights of your money. Read them and you'll learn a lot. Tonight I'm going to be reading just one, which is the second last haqq, which is haqq number 50, where, of course, again, when we're talking about Imam Al Sajjad alayhi salam, the educational role that he played, the spiritual role, the moral role, which is what we're talking about now. But the most important thing is he was giving people a religious identity, an educational identity, a spiritual identity. And he set an example for that. Why do we call him Zain Al Abidin? The adornment of worshippers. Was Sayyid Al Sajidin, the master of those who prostrate. Because he, of course, one of the things that he did was he used to prolong his sajda for a very, very long time. And you all know that the most mustahab thing for you to do in salah, in prolonging it, is your sujood. Sujood should be the longer than anything else. Lil-asaf al-shadid, unfortunately, a lot of us are very quick when they do their sajda. كَنَقْرِ الْغُرَابِ. What does that mean, Ya Ali? The peckering of the crow. Right? See, when a crow is eating, they do like that. That's how some people pray. Is that right, Hussein? Huh? Hussein's a woodpecker. Yeah, no, Hussein's a hummingbird. You know how fast a hummingbird is? Imam Al Sajjad, as a leader, he showed that level of humility and humbleness and selflessness and how to be against dunya. All these people were pursuing dunya. And Imam Al Sajjad alayhi salam was saying, no, it's all of this is nothing, of no value, of no value. Imam Al Sajjad was reintroducing what Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa had initiated, had established, jihadul nafs, that for you to fight against your nafs, especially for young people. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa he says, Inna Allah yuhibbu shab alladhi yafni shababahu fi ta'atillah. Allah loves a young teenager who spends his teenage years in obedience, in obeying God. No, not Minecraft, not roadblocks, not saving up money so you can get a LV messenger bag, not becoming an Eshe and buying TMs. No, TMs is what it's called. Maliki, what are they called? TNs or TMs? TNs, yeah. Do you have one of them or? No, good. But you got North Face. And not buying Puma or what's that, Saidi? What's that? Legacy. Is that like a cheap brand or? Kathmandu. Who's got Kathmandu? هذا Kathmandu هذا. Yeah, wabar. We have to learn, my brothers and sisters, we have to learn the spirit of Islam. And we have to remind ourselves, and that's not going to come easy. You have to put some effort. You have to put some effort. Alhamdulillah, I can confidently say 99% of you maybe come here willingly. Remember what happened just a few days ago. In a crowd, 90% I think were coming by force, Hajjah. And there were a bunch of boys from the beginning of my talk until the end of my talk playing on their mobile phone. And then I said to them, boys, what are you doing after the program? What are you doing? Like zombies, huh, Ali? Where's their parents? Where's their father? Where's their mother? What are they doing? And their father or mother, they're probably preparing themselves to go for ziyarah for Arba'een. And that's disappointing. And that's why I'm saying effort is really important. And alhamdulillah, the regular boys and girls who come here, right, do put the effort. And you will see the fruits of your effort very soon. Especially when you have your own kids and you have mastered your religion, and you will be able to convey that and share that with the next generation of people living here. We have that responsibility. We have to learn the spirit of Islam. And even though the word Islam is thrown around a lot of people still don't know the spirit of Islam, unfortunately. كلكم من آدم وآدم خلق من تراب. There's no... Imam Al Sajjad alayhi salam was trying to say to people, you have to look at the rights, and your rights are all based on what God has allocated. Doesn't matter what race you are, what social status you have, what family you were born in, what tribe you are from, how well off you are financially. None of that has any value whatsoever. Haqq number 50. وَحَقُّ أَهْلِ مِلَّتِكَ. Al-millah means your people, the people that you live in your society. Fellow Muslims, مثلا, for example. وَحَقُّ أَهْلِ مِلَّتِكَ إِضْمَارُ السَّلَامَةِ وَالرَّحْمَةِ لَهُمْ. The right of the people of your creed, your millah, those who you live with in your society, is making sure that you secure and harbor salama and rahmah, safety and mercy towards them, that you never harbor bad intent towards them. Wal rifq, and to be compassionate towards them. بِمُسِيئِهِمْ وَالرِّفْقُ بِمُسِيئِهِمْ, and be compassionate towards those who are bad towards you. You are kind towards the evildoers and the bad. Yes, you have to be firm and you have to be stern and you have to, make sure that they are accountable for what they do, but always have rifq. وَتَأَلُّفُهُمْ, treating them with ulfa, with friendliness and kindness. وَإِسْتِصْلَاحِهِمْ, and that you try to guide them, wanting good for them, seeking their well-being. وَالشُّكْرُ مُحْسِنِهِمْ, and that you show thankfulness towards those who are good. You show love and thankfulness to those who are good to you, who have done good for you. وَكَفُّ الْأَذَى عَنْهُمْ, and never harm others. Never harm others. Keeping harm away from them. وَتُحِبُّ لَهُمْ, paying attention everyone, وَتُحِبُّ لَهُمْ مَا تُحِبُّ لِنَفْسِكَ, and you love for others what you love for yourself. وَتَكْرَهُ لَهُمْ مَا تَكْرَهُ لِنَفْسِكَ, and you hate for others what you hate for yourself. That's obvious, isn't it? That doesn't even need any explanation. Paying attention, and this is what we can see in today's society, isn't it? Right? That, this following here, وَتَكُونَ شُيُوخُهُمْ بِمَنْزِلَةِ أَبِيكَ, and that their elderly people, shuyukh here, sheikh means elderly person, and their elderly people, the elderly are like your father. In Islam, why do we respect elders so much? It's a part of Islam, a part of our religion, that you take an elderly person, that you treat them, that you deal with them exactly the way you would deal with your father. Let's say an elderly person razils you, tells you off, screams at you, shouts at you for whatever reason. They're having a bad day. They're this, they're that. You stay quiet. Elderly person sitting in a bad place in the train or in the bus, and you're sitting in a better place, you give them your chair. That's what Islam says, isn't it? Today's society, you've all been on trains and you've all been on trains and buses and that, right? Do youngies give chairs to the oldies anymore? Huh? No. وَأَن تَكُونَ شُيُوخُهُمْ بِمَنْزِلَةِ أَبِيكَ وَشُبَّانُهُمْ بِمَنْزِلَةِ إِخْوَتِكَ, and the fellow youth, other teenagers, are like your brethren. They're like your fellow brothers and sisters. وَعَجَائِزُهُمْ بِمَنْزِلَةِ أُمِّكَ, and elderly women are like your mothers. وَالصِّغَارُ بِمَنْزِلَةِ أَوْلَادِكَ, and little kids, young boys and girls, are like your own children. Have the position and place of your own children. This is one of the 51 parts of huquq that Imam Al Sajjad alayhi salam introduces. Seeing that, of course, we are still commemorating the Shahada of Imam Al Sajjad. Sayyid Maytham is going to be reciting the Musibah of Imam Al Sajjad, Salamullahi alayhi. And while we are receiving him, we can think of the sad situation that Imam Al Sajjad alayhi salam had throughout the massacre of Ashura and in the aftermath of Karbala as well, where we know that Imam Al Sajjad suffered so much as the result of him being a part of the captives of Karbala. And in the aftermath of Karbala, we know that among the most difficult of things that Imam Al Sajjad had endured was his presence in Al-Sham. And also, in addition to that, we are able to see that, as Imam Al Sajjad alayhi salam is said in the history of Imam Al Sajjad, that any time something was put, water or food was put in his presence, he would shed tears and he would remember the thirst and the hunger of Imam Al-Hussein alayhi salam. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
صلى الله عليك يا سيدي ومولاي يا رسول الله وعلى آلك أهل بيتك المظلومين صلى الله عليك يا شهيد عطشان مسلوب العمامة والرداء يا ليتنا كنا معكم سيدي فنفوز فوزا عظيما مدارس آيات خلت من تلاوة ومنزل وحي مقفر العرصات لآل رسول الله بالخيف من منى وبالركن والتعريف والجمرات ديار علي والحسين وجعفر وحمزة والسجاد ذي الثفنات ديار عفاها جور كل منابذين ولم تعفو للأيام والسنوات قفا نسأل الدار التي خف أهلها متى عهدها بالصوم والصلوات إذا ذكروا قتلى ببدر وخيبر ويوم حنين أسبلوا العبرات وكيف يحبون النبي وأهله وقد تركوا أحشاهم وغراتي يبا تنصاب
المصايب بس على السجاد تنصايب تنصايب بيوم الشدايد بالمرض تنصايب تنصايب المآتم إلك يا مولاي تنصايب تنصايب اش كم شدة شفت وش كم رزية اش كم شدة شفت وش كم رزية. What was Imam Sajjad thinking today? What was going through his head as the poison was dripping through his intestines? He was thinking about the one who was killed in Karbala, the one whose ribs were crushed by the hooves, the one who saw his brother, his kids, his nephews, all slaughtered one by one in front of him. قرحت جفونك من قذاه وسهادي لم تفض لمصيبة السجاد فأسل فؤادك من جفونك أدمعا واقدح حشاك من الأسى بزنادي واندوب إماما طاهرا هو سيد للساجدين وزينة عبادي. Through Karbala's night his grief weighed his heart to haven where sorrows laid. With tears he wept for Karbala slain, their sacrifice being a truth to sustain. He bore the weight of the loss and pain in Karbala's field where martyrs were laid. About the martyrs, what is there to say? Abbas and Qasim, Ali and Hussein, Zainab and Sukaina taken as slaves, paraded in Sham from place to place. خويا تنام بالليل تنام بالليل ما تقدر رقية تنام بالليل خويا تتراوال الخيل تتراوال الخيل بس تنام تتراوال الخيل خويا بصدور المجاتيل بصدور المجاتيل شلون تدوس بصدور المجاتيل خويا من التعب حيل من التعب حيل ما ظل برقية من التعب حيل تقل من حاجيك من حاجيك بويا متوني توجعني من حاجيك بويا وضلوعي ترجف من أصد ليك بويا وضلوعي ترجف من أصد ليك. وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون والعاقبة للمتقين. قال الله في كتابه الكريم ادعوني أستجب لكم فها نحن ندعوك بحق الشهيد يا إلهي. We saw this dua 10 times. أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء. Everyone together. أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء. أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء. أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء. أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء. إلهي بحق مصيبة الإمام زين العابدين اشف مرضانا، اقض حوائجنا، توفنا على ولاية أمير المؤمنين، وارزقنا نصرة إمامك المنتظر الهادي المهدي. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.